Time now for the Stacy and Hutch Say Too Much podcast.
Hide the children.
Where, you guessed it, the dynamic afternoon duo say way too much.
I won't shave armpits. Does it hurt when it grows back?
If there's any ingrown situations, that can be very painful.
No, seriously, that was way too much.
Pit stains. I think they're sexy in certain situations.
So if you're still listening, here they are to start the pod.
Why? I never.
Stacy and Hutch.
Let's do it. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
All right. We are excited to have Leanne Morgan come on with us. It's funny. Let's bring her on here. Leanne, hey, how are you?
Hi.
I'm good. Thank y'all for having me.
I just love your accent.
I know.
So cute.
Well, the thing about Leanne is I love the title of what you're doing because every time I hear I'm every woman, I sing it in my head.
Me too.
I sing it in my head, and you're going to get people just noticing that. How'd you come up with that title?
That's her last special that she just.
Honey, I love that. Oh, I'm sorry, sweet Stacy. I got that from Whitney Houston and Chaka Khan, honey. I'm 58, and that was my song. And I remember Whitney was pregnant and dropping it like it was hot. And all those little TLC girls and Shaka, and they were like, I'm every woman, they can do anything. And I thought, you know what? I've had a bunch of kids and a husband, and I'm every woman too. And I just love that. And so I named it that. Oh, y'all, I'm ashamed. Y'all look so cute. And I just got bangs and I have struggled. It's just like I've cut my own arm off.
I was going to tell you, you look fabulous. You have something happened when the kids moved out and you were like, I'm fabulous now.
I felt fabulous until I got these bangs cut. I don't know. I just feel like I look like John Denver.
I made the bangs mistake myself. I got a memory that came through on my phone. And if it shows up, I'll show it to you and help you feel better about it. Cause I just had to let them grow out. It wasn't good. I've lost my voice, just like what happened to you. We had to reschedule this interview a couple times because Leanne had lost her voice, so now I apparently lost mine. So if you find it, let me know.
Oh my darling, I will. Isn't that terrible? I'm still struggling with mine. I'm going to a doctor next week, but I'm doing better. You know what I think it is, and I'm ashamed to say this in front of that good-looking man named Hutch. I have got the GERD, and so reflux. Isn't that sexy? You talking about I'm?
Do you want me to rub it for you? How does that work? Do I rub it, or do you need a? I don't know how GERD works. What do I do with it?
GERD, honey, is when you can't eat chocolate and drink wine and have a life and live and feel good. And you got reflux and you have to take a Tums like an old woman. But it can mess with your voice.
Oh, I have a question for you because I haven't been able to talk to a comedian about Netflix specials and all that stuff. How do you get a special on Netflix these days? How does that even happen? Who approaches you? Do you just have people talk to other people? How did that happen?
I have really good people that talk to other people, and it is very hard. And I really and truly thought they're never going to give a Netflix special to a 50-something-year-old grandmama from Tennessee, but they did. And it's been successful for them. And now I think I'm going to be doing another one with them, but it is like being crowned. If you get a Netflix special, that is the stamp. That's the stamp. And so
were you surprised by anyone that reached out to you?
Do what?
You were surprised by anyone that reached out to you? Any other comedians that?
It reached out to me to what? To
congratulate you on the special or to?
Oh yeah. It changes everything. And it is just a whole nother level, and it's a blessing. And that's why the Big Panty Tour was my first tour. And then I got the Netflix special and I named it Every Woman. I'm Every Woman. I didn't name it Big Panty, but I talked about my panties. And then this next tour, what I'm on right now, when I'm coming to St. Paul, Minnesota, is the Just Getting Started tour. And I named it that because I really and truly, without being sappy, I feel like I'm just getting started at 58 years old. And let me tell y'all that I shot a movie this year with Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon.
You did?
I was going to ask about that. What is that? Tell us about it.
Honey, it came out of nowhere. And it was, I think Little Reese did it for me. I met her a few years back in Nashville. And then they asked me to go and read for this thing, and I need a table read. I didn't even know what a table read was. And I read for her big sister, Gwyneth, and I got it.
That's
And
awesome.
and it is a wacky wedding movie, and it's going to be darling. And I think it's going to be really funny, and it's going to be on Amazon Prime. You're cordially invited, and I don't have that date yet, but I think it'll be at the end of this year. And
I've
then
already heard buzz about it, honestly. I
you
have
have.
heard good buzz about it already. I didn't know you were in it until I saw some paperwork about it, our interview, and I was so excited for you.
Oh, thank you. We had a ball. Will Ferrell walks in a room and he doesn't even say anything. And everybody goes nuts. I mean, he's just so naturally funny. And then you're looking at Reese Witherspoon and her beautiful eyes, that tiny little thing that came up to my waist. And 'cause I'm a big woman and tall, and I had on a big shoe. And it's just like, I told her, I feel like I'm looking at Elvis. She goes, still? I went, yeah. But by the end of it, I felt more comfortable. But I mean, she wanted to see me win. They were all precious. Nick Stoller directed it, who did Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I fell in love with him. We had a ball. And then I've got a book coming out. Let me tell you, that's about killed me. And it's been
Oh my
fun.
God.
But then I had to relive every horrible memory of everything nasty I did in the 80s. And I wanted to talk about it, Hutch, so bad. In this book, I wanted to talk about all my sin. And my literary agent, who is so funny, said, honey, you're not Joan Crawford yet. He goes, let's do just funny essays and to introduce you to the world. And I went, okay, maybe I'll do a cookbook on Jello salad next time. And then I'll talk about my sin.
So, but the thing is, you talk about so much of your life, and in your new one, you're not sparing anyone. Apparently,
Yeah. What is your family
doing
think?
everything.
Your kids, your husband. I mean, you kind of out everybody.
Yeah, they're fine with it. Now, my husband, I mean, there's been a couple of times over 20 something years that I've been doing comedy that he'd say, don't say that. And I didn't. I stayed away from it or whatever. But I mean, he's really a good sport. And he'll say to me, Leanne, tell him this. I mean, they come up with stories like my middle child. Well, I'm doing a bit this hour about what he brought me when he had picked me up from the hospital when I was pregnant with her, the outfit he brought me. And Maggie's the one, she's 27, and she's the one that said, Mom, you've never told that. And I've always loved that story. And so now that's one of the bits in my act. So they all tell me stuff, and we're having a ball. We are having a ball.
It helps, like Stacey said, it helps that you're getting a paycheck to make fun of them.
Yeah,
so,
you're like, if you're mad, here's the check.
Here's the money, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody needs a little help every once in a while. These kids, we're still at an age where, yes, I help out. So it all works out. But yeah, I'm talking a lot about Chuck this hour about having to do unspeakable things.
Well, let me ask you, when it comes to, starting, you say you're older. I don't think you're older. I think age is, they say age is just a number, but, starting out where you're at now and just becoming a huge hit later on in life.
Yeah, you started a little bit later in your career because your husband kind of dropped you in the middle of nowhere and you're like, okay.
The foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, I started when I was about 32, 33, doing comedy and going to comedy clubs.
And then wasn't there Tupperware involved?
No Tupperware, girl. Even though I love a good Tupperware, it was jewelry. I was schlepping jewelry around East Tennessee and selling it, and to make a little money to get my hair highlighted. And it was my own little comedy club, my own demographic. When I look back on it, I think, oh my gosh, that was God's plan. Because there was nowhere near a comedy club, and I wanted to do stand up. But, I wanted to be a mama first more than anything. And I was pregnant with my first baby. And yeah, I started selling jewelry, and it was wonderful.
How important is TikTok, social media, YouTube? I mean, you've had so many views on a lot of your specials, over 50 million just on one of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
How important has that been, and is it exhausting for you to keep up with the social media? Because I know for us, it's exhausting for us to keep up with.
It's exhausting. And I'd realized, I don't know, about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe it's been more than that. I'm not good with time. But I realized I fought it for a long time, and I thought, I'm not doing that. And everybody old school in comedy was like, we're not It's a sellout, which was stupid. And then I realized, I thought, I'm going to be a dinosaur and nobody's going to care. I've got to get on it. And so I made the decision to hire some boys that knew what they were doing. They were young boys, and I was putting up pictures of my dachshund, and they got me organized and started putting stuff out. And if you think about it, I mean, how else are you going to reach your audience?
Yeah.
Besides radio, there's radio, television, and newspaper. People are not reading the newspaper anymore. Thank the Lord, they're still listening to radio, but everything just changed. And I thought, I've got to reach my audience. How are they even going to know who in the world I am? And so it changed everything. It changed everything. I went from, I could not sell tickets. Nobody cared. I was about to get a job at Target. And then overnight, those boys put out some clips, and I started selling out all over the United States.
Wow.
So amazing. Well, you're going to be
51, 52 years old.
So cool.
How exhausting is 100+ cities though? Like on you and on your family and seeing people, that's got to be tiring.
It is, my darling. It is. And the wonderful thing after Netflix, now they're adding shows in every town. And so I'll do multiple shows. The Big Penny was hard and fun. Two things can be true at the same time. It can be a blessing from heaven and fun and wonderful, and it is. Those theaters I do are beautiful. These fans are precious. I have had people give me a Jell-O salad on stage, and new panties with a tag on them for my husband. You know what I'm saying? And for me to wear for Chuck and do nasty stuff, Hutch.
Well, listen, I can only imagine how you're dancing in those. I mean, it's in my head right now. But I want to tell you what you need to ask for when you come to St. Paul is Snickers salad. Okay.
Well, that's really good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, I went to the Church of God.
Yeah.
In Knoxville when we first moved here, and they had a church supper, and a beautiful, tall, blonde, I think her people were Vikings, from Minnesota brought a Snickers salad. Tell me what it is, Hutch, and I'll tell you if that's what it was.
So what it is, it's Snickers bars cut up. They're cold, and it's like whipped cream, and then apples, like green apples in it, and that's all that it basically is. And it's
candy.
It's so good. You didn't try it?
That's it, honey. Yes, I tried it.
Oh, okay.
And it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a big, tall, beautiful blonde like Stacy in Minnesota.
I come from Vikings too.
You do.
Yeah.
Put that on your social, and you will get some good Snicker salad from us Minnesotans, and of course the hot dish too.
Y'all, that sets me on fire. I love stuff like that. But I'm a mom and a grandmama. I like a good recipe, and that's been years since I've had that.
If you keep asking for that stuff, you have to buy bigger panties.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I have had to buy bigger panties, Hutch. I hate to say that to you.
Well, let me tell you, we are excited for you to come to town. St. Paul's Ordway Theater. It's a beautiful theater. It is happening Saturday, February 24th, 7 p.m. A second show Sunday, February 25th at 4 p.m.
Maybe you'll add more. Who knows? After all this talk.
Yes.
Well, no, and y'all, at 4 o'clock, you talking about something wonderful, is being able to go to a show, then going home and getting the bed before 8 o'clock.
Once I hit 40, I was like, can Bon Jovi play it too? Like... Oh, he is?
I mean, I have heard people say, could Sting, could U2, could they do a matinee? I mean, think about it. It makes sense.
Well, maybe they'll start doing it because,
Oh, my problem is, though, if the concert starts at 2, I'm partying all night because I've already had drinks in me.
Yeah,
so
all night, midnight, maybe?
9, till about 9 at least. Leanne, you were beautiful. Thank you. Good luck with that GERD. I'll run it out. GERD. I'll rub it out for you.
The GERD, Hutch. Look that up.
I'm not looking it up.
Angel. Thank y'all so much. I could talk. Darn it, it's over. I could talk for 4 more hours.
I know. But hopefully we'll see you when you come to town. Make a stop by the studios, all right?
Oh, I'd love that. I'll give you the address.
Oh, I wish my hair looked like yours. I'd say I could just do over.
You know what? I can hook you up with my hair man. He can help you.
I love a hair man. Okay.
All right. We love you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, honey.
She's so great.
Isn't she a doll?
Oh, she's the best.
I knew she'd be a fun interview, and I was like, oh, she's coming to town. I got to go see her, and we got to get her on our podcast.
Oh my God, yes.
She's a treat.
Yes, she is absolutely awesome. There you go.
Snicker salad. I should make that.
We should make and give it to her.
I really should.
All right, that is Stacey Hutch. Say Too Much. We'll see you guys back here next week. Bye.
Bye.